You're live. Okay, everybody. Man, I don't like the coloring in here. What's up with the light situation? Well, anyway, I'm just gonna go with it. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Um, Today I have a special guest, a guy who I did time with. Call him. Use his first name only. His Face. Um, Face, how you doing, man?
Great, fabulous. Wouldn't have it any other way, buddy.
So I started originally. We were gonna do it a couple hours ago, and then what? You got stuck with the relative,
Yeah.
and then you had to take a nap. Is that what it was?
I want to go have lunch with my sister, and then she said, "What you gonna do after?" I said, "I gotta go live with one of my friends."
Right. Which sister?
Yep.
The one I know?
No, this is my baby sister now. She's the one that works for the U.S. government.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so listen. Um, let's tell everybody about yourself. Let's start as far back as you want to go, where you're from, and as comfortable as you are. Put out whatever you feel is not. And what I'm saying is this. So Face is however you want to put it, a member of the Serenos. I'm going to tell you something. I was in Washington County Jail in Fayetteville here recently, right?
Yeah.
Man, it's like everybody up there, everybody that's Mexican or even Hispanic is all Serranos. It's crazy. It's
Well,
crazy.
we're like cockroaches. We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Okay, so tell me about your background.
Okay. Well, I'm from Los Angeles. Um, gang banging like 23 years now, maybe a little going on more. Well, obviously, I did 14 years in the feds. My last 8.5 was with you. Um, did a lot of wrong in my life, and I was still doing a little wrong, but I got the I got the concept of it. Now it's time to. The older we
Right.
get, we got to chill out, man, because this shit is crazy. Especially, a lot of people. What we heard in there a lot of is getting down first, and I don't get down first. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, you mean he's talking about as far as people telling,
yeah,
and so you really, I mean, the statistics. You take 10 people, maybe eight are telling, if not all 10. You know what I mean? It's
correct.
it's it's like that for real.
Because
So
like now you hear it all the time. You hear it all the time where they say, why go to prison when you could take a friend or send a friend? You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's it crazy. I watch these memes on felonies only, and they talk about, nah, man, I'm not gonna do no more time no more. I'd rather just tell a friend so he can go for me, and it's crazy. Like the way we see it, like how can you see yourself in the mirror? How can
yeah,
you how can you tell on somebody knowing you're doing wrong, but then again, for you to cover your ass, basically, you're gonna tell on somebody and ruin someone else's life. When at the end of the day, that guy's the one that probably helped you out to pay your bills, get a roof over your shoulders, clothes on your back, food on the table. I don't see myself doing that, but hey, society, I don't know what they're doing.
what even worse is I don't know if you were aware of this. I think you were. They had prison legal news. I think was advertising it. There was people, especially out of Coleman, like Coleman One, guys that were Colombian drug dealers, big, like high profile drug dealers. Dude, they were had life sentences in 30 years, and they were paying lawyers to have people go out and do busts for them and get time reductions. So that nothing related with their case. They were paying to have people busted so they can get time reductions. Anyway,
Crazy.
yeah. So it's
Hey,
it's
one of our real good friends, which was my celly, he was telling me that there was this dude before they turned FCI Tucson into a dropout yard as well, because obviously the pen is a dropout. So
right.
he was saying that there was a dude that had a lot of money in there and had a cell phone, and he was just setting people up from in there, like to do transactions and getting people locked up. And next thing you know, the homie was like, "Hey, whatever happened to Gypsy or whatever the hell his name was? Oh, that fool's gone. How did he just leave? He just walked out, setting people up, setting
Oh
people up."
shit! I don't know
Yeah,
what's
it's
going on. Why is my okay? Go ahead. Go. My stuff's going out.
So it's kind of crazy the way that whole situation is nowadays.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know what happened, but my screen just went out. So God forbid that something goes out. It's on my end on this laptop. So
I can
um,
see you perfectly fine.
you can't. You know what? I
Yeah,
should have looked at the. I should have looked over here too.
I can see you. I can hear you. Everything's fine.
Okay. So what I'm saying is this laptop. Um, everything was connected with me and Marta, and so all of our accounts are together. Well, I don't know nothing about technology, man. So
We
I'm
don't know.
sitting here trying to just to be independent and do it by myself, and I'm losing everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm losing all kinds of accounts. I'm freezing up here, and I've got my screens like this big sometimes. It's just it's all over the place, man. You know what I mean?
I
I
know.
mean,
Tell me about it.
I'll figure it out. But anyway, so okay. So where were you from in LA? You want to stay or what's up? I mean, it's up to you.
I'm from the San Gabriel Valley area. We call it Sur Gangster Valle. Um, but yeah, it's all east of East LA, all the
How
way
did you
to IE area, San Bernardino, and stuff like that.
how did you get involved in that kind of life?
My parents, they divorced in '96, and I guess I wasn't getting the attention that I wanted from the family. And next thing you know, the homies were always there, and next thing you know, from one end to the other, it just, what's up? We want to be part of the neighborhood, and became part of the neighborhood. And we're not a big old gang either. You know what I'm saying? But it's not about how big you are. It's about what we say in Spanish, pocos pero locos, which means, we're not too deep, but we with the business.
Right, right.
Mhm.
Okay, so the first time you went down, was it for smuggling? Was it for what was it?
The first time as an adult, yes, I went for actually transporting illegals.
Okay,
Um,
explain that what happened and where, like as much as you can.
um, I moved out to El Paso, Texas, because I did 5 years in the juvenile hall system back home in Los Angeles, and at that time when I was doing time, um, Los Angeles was had the highest juvenile crime rate in the world. So I had to get out because I knew it was just a matter of time before, once being an adult, it was going to escalate. And I came over here to El Paso, Texas for a while. And next thing you know, I kept my nose clean for a while. And next thing you know, just got busted for transporting illegals.
Okay, and was that was on the Texas border?
Yeah, Texas border. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the particulars? Like, what happened in that case? Like, how many? Like, what happened exactly?
Well, in that case, I came back. I was working in the oil fields, not the actual oil fields, but I was working what's called seismographing, underground exploring, looking for oil.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah, I
I was
remember.
making good money. I stopped the transporting of illegals, and next thing you know, I got in. I came back home, and my mom asked me to help, and next thing you know, we went to go pick up these two illegals, and when I got off to pick them up, there was ICE agents that I didn't know they were there. They were undercover basically at the hotel, and then after that, they followed me and they stopped me, and I told my mom, hey, you know what? Don't say nothing. I'm gonna take this rap. I told the people in the back, hey man, just say you guys know me as Califas from Juarez, and don't say nothing else. And we did that, and finally they took me out of the car, and they're like, man, what did you tell them? And I said, man, I'm not gonna do your job. You do your job. You figure it out.
Yeah.
But I said, there's just some friends from Juarez. Then they're like, nah, you know what you were doing. I said, well, you know what? At the end of the day, do what you got to do. I'm not going to fucking tell for something that's petty, transporting illegals, what they're going to do to me. It was my first uh, felony as an adult. So sure enough, I got arrested. But as of that day, they kept tabs on my mom. They kept tabs on me. They kept tabs on my mom, where my mom was getting money from. And You know, one thing led to another, and then my mom became she got into a conspiracy, and they got her for money laundering. So
Right,
because she
right.
was receiving money from people, family members from all over the states, and you know, back then in 2007, all they had was MoneyGram, Western Union, and money orders.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did my time, got out, and next thing you know, my mom ended up getting indicted, and she did some time.
Yeah. What did she end up doing?
I think she did like a 4 piece.
Did she?
Yeah, she
And
did about 4 piece.
she was a Mexican citizen, right?
Yes, but she was at the time, and that time, she was gonna get her. She already had her residence card. I want to say she was trying to get her citizenship, but the problem was that once she got incarcerated and did her time, when she ended up going to one of the immigration places here after she did her time, they told her, "Look, if you sign right now, we can let you go, or we can you're gonna fight your case for up to 2 years, and then you might get your papers." So she told immigration, like, "Hey, hold on a second. The judge said he's gonna give me 1 year probation, you know." But they scared her. My mom didn't want to do no more time, so my mom ended up signing the papers because they scared her, and she ended up signing her deportation papers, and she got deported. But what's crazy is that, you know, years later down the line, both of my sisters were working there, and they told my mom, they lied to you. They don't do that. You know, it's a process. Excuse me. It's a process, you know, a few days, whatever, but not up to 2 years. They're going to be waiting here for 2 years. So basically, they lied to her, and now she's on the back burner. And now she's trying, now that my sisters work for the government, they're trying to get her back because she's been gone out of the States for over 10 years.
Oh,
And
has she?
yeah, so now it's so much drama in that type of situation, because she was applying to get her citizenship, and they were going to give it to her, but then they were saying, no, but you know what, you crossed 2 times again, and then you got caught. And then my mom was like, there's no way possible, like I didn't cross nowhere, you know. And they're like, yeah, well, your name, you used a different name, and you used the male's name, and they even have the picture of the male, but it's not my mom. So who understands these
Really?
people? Yeah, it's a big old drama. So, you know, they got lawyers and stuff like that trying to help my mom, but it's all bad, all bad.
This guy, I put this thing up here. Steven put too many jealous people out there, and it only takes one to rat you out. What we were talking about earlier.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. You know, and it's true, because, like, I remember back in the days. I told you this when I was locked up with you. I said, man, I remember back in the days, the feds used to whoop a motherfucker's ass to say something. Now they're
Yeah.
doing the same, but they're telling them, man, shut the fuck up, quit snitching, man. I got too much work on my hands. No more. Shut up already. I don't want to know no more. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's definitely a
People don't understand.
situation.
People don't understand like how much telling inside prison, like it's how wide open it is as far as
Oh
that.
yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. And then, like, say for instance, I linked up with a couple, you know, good friends that were, you know, like you, that were locked up with us, and they're always asking the same fucking question. Hey man, you live in the border. What's up, fool? Like, I'm trying to get plugged in, and I'm like,
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know, one of them was like, he was telling me, yeah, man, I'm trying to get plugged in and this and that. But then again, I'm like, fool, you ran with the Muslims. Oh, miss me with that. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
So what
So
he's trying to say, so a lot of people that have problems, whether it's bad cases in some way, told sex cases, it's known, it's a well-known fact that if you go to prison and join the Muslims, you're forgiven. So it doesn't
yeah,
matter what you've done in the past at
Allah,
all.
Allah forgives you for what you committed.
Allah forgives. That's right. Yeah.
You
So
know, and it's crazy because then again, you see real Muslims that are from, you know, foreign countries, that they're like, man, they make us look bad, you know, and they don't even talk to them, because I have two homies from a gang called 38th Street from South Central, but they're from Pakistan, and they look Mexican. They dress like the homies, the mustache, the baggy clothes, everything. They speak a language called Urdu because they're from Pakistan, but it's real similar to Spanish. Like they can roll their R's and stuff like that. And when I was locked up with them, because they would go to Ramadan and stuff like that, and I'd be like, "Hey, homie, how do you feel about some of them vatos, which some of them people,
Yeah.
And he's like, "Man, I turned the other way because they make my religion look horrible because of the way they use, their little circle. Like, you know what? You don't have to show us our paperwork. You don't have to tell us what you're busted for. Just, salam alaikum, alaikum assalam, and whatever, So
right. So
it's great. It's crazy.
So, did you ever go to USP or no?
No. Leavenworth, but they just turned Leavenworth over to an FCI. But when I got there, as soon as I took my shirt off, SIS was like, "Oh man, don't worry about it. It's your backyard." And I was like, "Hey man, I'm not from Kansas." They're like, no, we're saying because you guys been running this prison for years and years, and you guys got this place on lockdown, and you guys are with the business, and you guys take care of business, take care of your own people, and even other people. You know what I mean? So it was.
The reason I asked is because I know on different shows they talk about people. If you tell, if anybody's, there's no telling going on in prison and blah blah blah. And I'm going to tell you something. So it maybe in some prisons it's not as wide open as others. It's been going on since the beginning of time. I mean, it really has, And it's like, where we were at. I mean, some of the highest profile dudes that were running shit. I mean, you'd say, right? I mean, I don't know. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? That, out of all this, I still got a lot of respect for like one of the co-founders of the Vice Lords. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The one that worked out on the yard all day, every day.
Yes.
There were some of his own little guys, the way they call it. Hey, what's up, guy? You know what I mean? Some of his guys that they would be like, "Hey man, what's up, man? I know you've been down for a long time, man, and I heard a lot about you, Prince, but I'm trying to work out with you." And he would tell them, "Let me see that paperwork, my boy, and you can work out with me." And they would never come back.
That's right.
They would go running a killer and also, "Hey man, OG tripping, man. He trying to see my work, man. You know what I mean? What's up with that?"
He got out, I believe. He got out, didn't he?
You know what? Last thing I heard was that Tate Bay was in
his name was Tate Bay, by the way. It's okay. Go ahead.
Tate Bay, yeah. He was in what is it? MCC Chicago?
Yes, that was during COVID times. It was when I was
and he got really sick, but since he worked out, he was already in his 60s, 70s. He beat it. He excuse me. He actually beat it, and I want to say he got out because I looked him up, man, and he was really, really good with me, because I worked with him. I worked with him at the Terry Mill, my PM.
Delightful, best-natured guy you ever want to be around with, like ever, right?
Yeah.
Black dude, and he's co-founder of the Vice Lords. His case, if you looked at his case, it was heroin, drug trafficking. There's bodies up in there somewhere, not necessarily like he did it, but whatever. Yeah. He had multiple life sentences. Go ahead.
Remember, he went back to court because he was saying, man, like all his co-defendants were getting out.
And I worked on one of them's case, Robert.
Yeah, so they were all getting out, and they were like, man, if he's got a chance, shit, I got a chance. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what? More power to Tate Bay. If Tate Bay ever sees this, man, hey, Tate Bay, I take my hat off for you because I got nothing but respect for you, brother.
Oh no! And in the joint, he was all about bettering people.
Yeah, exactly.
He was still a Vice Lord, period. Okay.
Yeah.
But he wasn't into the bullshit. He didn't want nothing to do with the money making in the drug scene or none of that shit. He was about taking anybody that wanted to be better, and making them better. And that was physically, mentally, spiritually.
Too.
Man, I was sitting there thinking, geez, I got to try to find out where he's at. That'd be a perfect.
Exactly. Yeah, because you know what, him and remember Thug from St. Louis, from East St. Louis. Sure. They were the speakers of his religion, and they were always about trying to better people and trying.
Morse
Huh?
Temple. What were they?
There you go,
Morse.
Morse Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were always the people that wanted to help out other people. And like I said, man, Tay Bay, if you ever see this, man, I take my hat off for you because
That's right.
you're
Or
somebody
anybody
that,
that knows him, or anybody that
yeah,
from Chicago that knows him, you tell them that
you
we
know,
said hi. That
he was really, really good people.
man.
Um, all them other Chicago
I
people,
already, well, then
I,
let's not hit all Chicago. Don't do that.
I
C
you
Love's my
know,
dude. I never got a hold of C. I'd like to try to get a hold of. I don't know where he would be. He might be C Love. Remember C Love? You remember C
yeah,
Love? Huh?
yes,
I
yes,
mean, he lost it on that K2 crap. You know, he went a little crazy.
yeah,
He was a good guy. You know, he was a good.
yeah.
What's up, Redzilla? I'm looking. I'm everybody. That's why I didn't want to stop the conversation. That's why I was putting your stuff up here so everybody can be seen. I just want to say hi. Thank you for your support. All right. So, okay. So you already said that your mom got in trouble too. So let me say this and go. I don't know where you want to go. You tell me. It's okay. You know a lot about what happens on the other side. Okay. You know when, and I'm not trying to put you there now. So don't. Like I said, we're talking back in the day because when we were in prison, we're talking about back in the day. Okay.
Yeah.
You know about when they get put in apartments or whatever they do, how they treated.
Well, you know what? Um, I talked
This is
to a
illegals, by the
few.
way. Go ahead.
Yeah, the illegals. Yeah, I talked to a few that I've met over the years, and they're called estancias, which means like um, it's where they get placed at, before the transportation, crossing, the smuggling to the U.S. I met some of them that they were like, man, I was at a 5-star hotel. Like I'm talking about, they fed me good, they changed my clothes. They do take away their cell phones, um, just so they don't get carried away and let their family members know.
Okay, stop real
Um,
quick. Back then, what were they? What nationality? Where were they coming from? Predominantly.
you know what? I want to be honest. I think they were mostly Mexicans than anything, but there
Okay.
was also some Central Americans, Salvadorians, Hondureños, um, from Guatemala. Very few Belize. That's one thing I am gonna tell you. All the illegals that are, say, for instance, Muslim or Indian, um, just from Europe, basically,
Or Europe. Okay.
they were not allowed to cross them. If I was a person that was crossing them type of people, and if I was working for a certain cartel, oh, they would chop my head off in a heartbeat because
Really?
of what they do. Because obviously a lot of Muslims that were coming from different countries,
Yeah.
they didn't.
The 9/11
They,
stuff.
yeah, like the 9/11 stuff. They didn't come over here, to progress or to make more money like the most of the Hispanic, um, people to come and make money and send money to their families. So these people were coming over here and wanting to kill most of the infidels, which is the non-believers of Allah. So yeah, if your cartel found out that you were um, smuggling them type of people, or it was a wrap. You wouldn't be alive. You
Yeah.
wouldn't be alive.
Well, I never heard that. I mean, that never came up between you and I, and that's I've never,
Yeah, but it's because people have asked me, hey, what about, like, I got a family member that's from Afghanistan or from like Turkey and stuff like that. Like, when I was doing it, I'm not doing it. I'm not bringing your family member over. Fuck no.
okay. So back then, how much was it about? What was the price per person? How did that work out?
It all depends where you were from, to be honest. It all depends where you were from and what was your final destination. So like most illegals, if you're just jumping the border, 3,000 and down. But if you were from like Central America, they were charging like up to 7 to 10, and anywhere from like 9 to 12, all the way to your destination.
And what years was this?
From when I started was in '07, so from '07 and up.
Okay. just looking at some of this. Okay, so you did your first bid. You said you did how much in the feds, and where'd you do your time at?
I did 2 years. I did it in Three Rivers, South Texas, FCI.
Okay, and you got out, and how long were you? You caught a drug?
I got out for about a month and a half, and then maybe 2 months, and that's when I met my son, because my son was, my wife was pregnant of my son at that time, but I met him, and so he was about a year and a half, and then I went back for 4.5. I did my last two years, and
what was the 4.5 for?
it was for possession of controlled substance and violation of probation.
Okay.
So I got a possession charge. I had to go through. They gave me a 5-year bid for that one in the state of Texas, and then I had to do my violation in the feds. So I got a grade A violation. So they gave me 2 years for that one. So I did a total and a half for that, 4.5.
Okay. So So when we met, that was the last case, right?
Yeah, that was for the conspiracy, possession, intent to distribute.
And that was, what'd you get, 10 years on that?
I got 120 months. I got 18 months added, but running concurrent because I slapped the CO in Lovington, New Mexico. Damn, them fools think they tough.
The COs?
Oh man, it's funny.
And they hate people from California, right?
Oh, definitely. But it was not even that though. It was just the simple fact that, he tried to talk to me like if I was a dumbass, or talk to me like if I wasn't gonna do nothing to him, And it was simple. I told him, look, man, if you guys put me as an orderly to work for you guys, I'm doing you the favor. I'm sweeping, I'm mopping before chow. And what happens? I'm in my boxers and some shorts, and he tells me, hey, put your jumpsuit on. I'm like, look, dog, I'm not trying to be all sweaty and wearing the same suit. Go get me another suit, and I'll change when I'm done, whatever. And he didn't want to do that. And I said, well, I ain't gonna do my job. And he's like, well, I'm gonna lock you up. I said, well, do what you gotta do. So next thing you know, he comes in with another CO, and he's like, man, look, you either gonna get with the ball or you're gonna get with the ball. I said, fool, I don't know who you think you're fucking with, you know what I mean? And he started mouthing off, and he started talking shit. And once he called me a piece of shit, that's when my hand just went loose. He called me a piece of shit, wham, and I slapped the fuck out of him. And after I slapped him, they took me to the shoe, and I went to a pod called Tango in Lovington, New Mexico, and it was where all the people that were facing high numbers, the killers, stuff like that, the big old dope dealers, and they kept me there for a couple months, and then I went to court. They added 18 months added to my program, and I said, man, 18 months added on top of the 20. Put that on the shoulder, baby. Let's carry that log. I ain't tripping.
Yeah. Okay, so when we met, you had already been in for how long? Do you know? You came from Arizona, didn't you?
Yeah, I was already in like maybe going on 2 years, a little under 2 years.
So your case was conspiracy to distribute. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
And you started off in Arizona?
I started off in Arizona.
What place? What prison?
Black Canyon, Phoenix.
Okay.
And I got there. It was crazy because as soon as I got there what we call basically loaded. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I got there loaded.
You're smuggling shit in. Go ahead.
Yeah. I got there loaded, and right away, somebody put 1,000 in my account, a native put another 500, and I just started letting loose. And 4 days on the compound, and next thing you know, I'm on a third man cell, 3-man cell, and SIS comes in at, I'll never forget it, 12:32 on the dot. Boom! They open up the doors, turn on the light, and I look at my watch, and a G-Shock. I just bought a G-Shock, and I look at my watch, and they're like, "You third bunk, what's your name?" And I give him my name. He's like, "Get down." I said, "Where are we going?" He said, "You're going to the shoe." I said, "Let's roll." They take me to the shoe, did a whole cavity search. They didn't find nothing. They did another cavity search. They busted out with the flashlight. Hey, let me see what you got in there, buddy. And they didn't find anything. And I waited like maybe 10 weeks. And then they said, "Oh, well, you know what? the dude that told on you, he's 99.9% always accurate. Where the people he tells on, they usually got something.
Yeah.
I said, well, you tell Decoy he ain't got shit on me. That was his name. So the fool that told on me was named Decoy.
Oh, okay.
The reason why they called him Decoy because he looked black, but he was Mexican out of Arizona. Yeah. So then they're like, oh, well, you know what? We're gonna put you in your region. So I figured out, okay, you know what? I'll go to Florence. And fuck no, from Florence. I thought it was Florence. Hell no, they sent me all the way to Indiana, Terre Haute, Indiana, FCI.
And that's where we met.
And that's where we met. Thanks to Chicali.
And C Block got introduced to Chicali. You know what he does? He calls me when he's drunk.
Oh, he always does the same thing with me.
He sends me messages on Facebook and stuff. I think I blocked him not long ago. I forgot.
And you know what? He would call 3, 4 in the morning. There was a couple times where me and my wife went out to Arizona to go drop off her kids or go see her kids and stuff. And what happened was that in one of those, we were all partying and drinking, and he called, and I was like, "Look, man, you can't be calling at these times." I was like, "Today I'm gonna answer," But most of the time, my girl's answering your phone. Like, you gotta stop calling, man, at 3, 4 in the morning, and that's all he does at them times. He loves calling. So
he gets. So one time he was up. It was in the afternoon. He was drinking early, and I was in town here in Hartford, and I was around a couple people, and I think I was drinking too. No, I wasn't. No, actually, I wasn't. The guys that I was with, one of them was wasted drunk. That's what happened. This is about a year ago, and he started cussing him out, calling him redneck. Oh shit! Damn, this thing keeps going out. I don't know what's happening. So he started calling him redneck. He started calling him redneck.
They started calling Chicali a pilgrim,
and these guys were calling him wet bags. He was back and forth. They were fighting over my phone. You know what I mean? It was just funny. And I was like, Chicali, you get drunk. And last time I talked to him, I talked to his old lady too, Rachel, whatever. Anyway,
Hey, this name sounds familiar right here. There's Wayne Duncan.
No, I don't think it's nobody but no, so he's talking about a guy named. Have you been watching my channel in the last year or not?
No, not all of them.
I think that's when you dropped off. So there's a dude named Jimmy. I started his mob. Well, whatever. It's a long story, but he's saying that. Bottom line is, one of my good friends that I met and did some years with, he testified against. He told on, right? So he has a channel, and his channel is doing really good. And I got into a little war with, more than that. But he's mad. They called probation, I heard, and I don't know what they did or did not do. But I heard he's mad because I'm back on YouTube. That's what this guy's saying. And I haven't heard. You know what? I've not watched one single show that he has done. Not a show.
Yeah.
And, I couldn't really say it. And let me see. What's up, Mom? Talk to me real quick. I'm live. I haven't seen it, but I'll check it as soon as I'm done. I'm on right now. I'm on.
I know. I had my sister call me right now too.
Did she? Okay. So, all right. So, what about prison? Before we go to the heart of the matter. We did how many years? What year did you get at Terrte Haute?
14.
You want to tell everybody how badly I tortured people with the TV?
Oh man, all them white dudes. It was on CNN. No, Fox News.
Stop that.
Well, Fox News, right?
Yeah, that was the black TV you had seen.
Yeah, you're right. It was Fox News, and it was all bad.
Listen,
all bad.
Actually, no bullshit. I watched Fox News today. Was the longest I've watched Fox News. And just so everybody out there knows what he's talking about, every day, every morning we woke up and then the news was on. Fox News followed by Good Morning America, followed by more Fox News.
Yep.
And then whatever people wanted to watch for 2 hours, but I came back and there was some news thing, and then it was more news, and I just drove them. I mean, Jesus.
Hey, but we already had it scheduled. Then after Chow, we would watch TMZ.
Yeah.
What else would we watch? Extra? No.
No, I know. So it was the 5 at 5, starting at 5 at 5. Then it was local news at 6.
Yeah.
World news at 6:30.
Right.
TMZ.
And then Entertainment Tonight.
or that was one of the other TVs, or
Yeah.
it was Sheldon. What do you call it? Big Bang Theory.
Oh,
So
I hated that.
that was at 7:30. So 7 o'clock TMZ, 7:30 was Big Bang, and then I faded off usually at 8 o'clock or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and then Yancey and his Gold Rush and all that.
What's up, Yancey? If you're watching this, what's up? What's
Yancey,
up?
I'll send him. I saw on Facebook this morning.
I know I saw him. He's touching some guy's leg.
Some guys, yeah. He was, man, that boy came through here, and I just tell you, oh Jesus Christ, what a night, what a mess about a girl. But I mean, look, who? That's like the pot calling the kettle black to say somebody's that has a mess over a girl right now. Anyway,
yeah. So I wonder what happened to Jimbo Martin.
I didn't tell you.
No,
I got him out. I did the brief.
No way.
Swear to God, I think so. The magistrate ordered him released. Yeah, that happened when I was in the county jail recently. So I just got the news.
Jimmy Martin.
Jimbo.
Yeah, Jimbo. Texas.
Yes. So the magistrate recommended he got out. And I tell you the truth, I have not talked to Rusty, who would know, because they keep on core links.
Rusty, are you talking about the one that from the movie Heat?
Jimbo Martin, the one that they.
Yeah, no, yeah. I know who he is, but you're talking about Rusty, one that.
No, Rusty was not. We weren't with Rusty. I was with Rusty and Leavenworth in my early days.
What was the old man's name? The one that they filmed the movie Heat on. He used to work Unicorn. He was going blind. Busty, right? Or.
Jesus Christ! What the hell?
He lived out there in Texas.
Yeah, but what was his name? Bugsy? No, not Bugsy. Damn, I forgot his name now. I forgot his name. Man, I forgot that'd be a great guy to try to.
Yeah, they filmed the movie Heat off of him.
Man, and what the hell was his name? Anyway, but Jimbo, the last I know, the magistrate ordered him released, and they were waiting for the judge's final decision. Now that you said that, as we're talking, I'll do this. Yeah, so that was man, I'll tell you the truth. When I found that out, that was like a pretty low point. I was in the county jail, feeling like, just getting violated for dirties and feeling like a freaking loser. And I found out that came through. It made me feel good because that was like the last case I worked on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
out that I got the dude that had a life sentence out. It was a big deal, man.
Yeah, and especially for who he was and the stuff he done.
Jimbo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I know. Where the hell's Rusty? I'll do this right now. I'll find out. So anyway, who else was in there that? Oh, did you know Struggle? Did you know Struggle good?
Oh, Struggle, that idiot. He'd look at it and slap his ass.
Stop. Struggle Jennings?
Yeah, the one from Tennessee.
Dude, he's blown. You see how big he is right now?
Yeah, he's over there singing with Jelly Roll. They just went to a county jail recently.
He did?
Yeah, he went and go sing some country shit at a county jail. But yeah, no Struggle, man. Him and Tommy checked that other fool in Memphis that owed me money, and I told Struggle, I was like, hey fool. I told him, hey fool.
Stop real quick. What happened? Tell the story.
He owed me some money. He owed me some money from some boxing, that fool Memphis, right? And then when he moved out, because I was living with remember Old Man Harris from Oklahoma, my old celly, Billie Jean Harris.
Yeah.
So I moved in with him.
Killed the Indians because they were with his daughter.
Yeah. I moved in with him, and then Memphis moved out. But before he moved out, I gave him some dope, and he owed me money. But he started owing a bunch of people money, and I was like, "Look, fool, Memphis, I'm gonna let you know like that, dog. My homie Scrappy lives in your unit. We're both from the neighborhood. We're both from right there, right?" I said, "You get out of hand, fool. I'm gonna give it to you." So what happened was that Struggle and Tommy from Indiana told him, "Look, fool, if you don't pay them essays, man, that fool Face ain't gonna play with you, dog. He gonna come and get you." And Struggle checked them in. So one day when Tommy and Struggle were walking from the yard back into the units, I told him, "Hey, fool, let me talk to you, dog." And he's like, "Hey, what's up?" I said, "Look, fool, first of all, fool, you should have been none of my fucking business. I don't know who the fuck you think you are, dog, but you know what? For your luck, I don't fucking smash you because you owe me some fucking money, dog. He's like, oh man, we were just trying to avoid a problem, face. We're not trying to get the shit to escalate because we know how you Sureños get down. And man, I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry, man. I'd rather get rid of the cancer than have more problems with this dude, Memphis, you know. So one thing led to another. He apologized, man. I didn't mean to, check him in, but I was like, you know what, fool? Don't be doing that, dog. Next time you ever get popped again, homie, I'm telling you, dog, there's not gonna be it's gonna happen. When you're fucking with somebody's money, it's gonna happen, dog. And the reason why I didn't do nothing to him because I heard he was with Taylor Swift and he's out there doing his thing and look at him.
I said so. Struggle's white, obviously. Face is Mexican, and we run in different cars, different circles. But in full disclosure, I didn't know Struggle like that. I mean, in high, but we didn't have. We weren't close or knew each other like that. He was friends with Big Worm.
The Big Worm from Nebraska.
Yeah, there he's showing up to pick us up on the full. Okay, and so that's how I was introduced to him through Worm. Matter of fact, I was trying to get a hold of Worm right now to try to get dude on the show, to be honest. But then you just said so. Probably not going to want to come on. No, he was. So I didn't. He didn't. He stayed low key. Is that a good way to put it?
Who?
Struggle.
Yeah, he did. He did.
So
and look at him now. I'm glad for him.
No, he's doing. They're doing big things, and I listen to him, man.
I know.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
You know who just went to see him? Jeff Bowman and Jeff and Dan Brown.
They saw who?
They saw Struggle somewhere.
Oh, it's on Facebook.
Yeah, it was on Facebook, man. I said, man, congratulations, man. I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see Jeff and Dan out. I mean, they're good people.
Man, and not Dan too. I mean, Dan really. Wow. This guy had 40 years. Just so you guys don't know, was it 40 or whatever? He shouldn't be out for another 25 years. And they let him go on compassionate release for. I forgot exactly how the judge worded it, but it was for rehabilitation. It was like extreme rehabilitation. The wording was crazy. It was out of the 8th Circuit.
Hey, that comes down to the stuff with like Robert Mueller. Remember when we did that stuff in Vice? It's who you know. It's who you know in order for you to get out. Because at the end of the day, me being Mexican, I did everything I completed.
Stop.
I got on a SIS investigation.
Stop playing the victim.
No. I'm just saying, like, I did it, and I didn't get no love. But you know what? I ain't white. That's all it is.
Stop it. There's more you guys over here now anyway. With you bringing illegals across the border, Jesus. Okay, so look, thank you. I'm just putting some stuff up. Just so you guys know, this guy right here, for a period of time anyway, had the keys to the car for the Sureños. I'll just say that. Anyway, so let's talk about what after you got out here a couple years ago. So you went back into the game, the border.
Not officially, but I took a chance, and that chance was an eye opener.
Okay, so stop before that. So tell me, what's going on there? So the border right now is wide open, is it not? Or has
it? Like there's so many people coming in, it's crazy. Like I'm talking about, they're showing up by the thousands and the thousands from everywhere, Central, South America, everywhere. You even got a bunch of people like from Belize. I'm sorry, from Haiti. Like I've gone to visit my mom in Juarez, and I see a lot of black people, and I'm like, these ain't Africans, and they're speaking French, obviously, because of Haiti.
Yeah.
But there's so many Haitis there, and
Haitians.
Haitians. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
It's a lot of them, and it's just crazy, But
is there a difference? And like, I don't want you to get no. Is there a difference now in the system in which people are smuggled? Meaning, was it like back then when you first ever did back then? Was it more organized? Is it more freelance now? Like as far as bringing people across? Or is it still
no, it's not freelance. No, you got to pay your taxes. You got to pay.
Is it one?
You got to.
Is it one? controlled by one group? Trying to be like, or is it multiple, or is it different? Like, different.
It's a lot different now. It's more organized, but at the same time, it's a little sloppy. You know, I went through something. I went through something, and it wasn't the same. You know what I mean? But you know what? With all these people, coming over, um, like I said, I got pulled over, and I had some in my car,
How many
and
people did you have? Where were they from?
I'm like, I'm gone. I'm
Where were they
I'm
from?
going back. I'm going back to prison.
Where
You
were they
know,
from? Where were the people from?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Oh, you did? Okay, I didn't know.
And
That's not.
next thing you know, um, I got pulled over. There was some in my car, and it was just super, super crazy because, like I said, I thought I was gonna go back to jail, especially with my rap sheet, whatever, and but there was literally, Robert, literally, you could not sit down in the holdover. You can't.
In the holding cell?
And every cell, it was super full. And next thing you know, I was like, man, look, you need to hurry up and send me to jail. I'm tired of being here. I want to go get me a bed. Uh, Let me go get some commissary, man. I'm not gonna be eating these bean burritos that you guys are serving everybody. I'm not gonna be drinking this dirty water. I said I'm good. And next thing you know, they threw my hats away because they were they were questioning me, and I was like, look, man, I got nothing to say to you. Do what you got to do. Do your job. Send me to jail. If I'm going to Otero County, cool, let's go. So I can call my girl and tell her what's up. Send me some money, whatever, right? And they got mad at me because they're like, all right, what's your phone number? And I was like, I'm not giving you my phone number, fool. I'm not going to give you my phone number. He said, okay, unlock your phone. I said, well, I'm not going to do your job. I am not going to do your job. I'm sorry. Do what you got to do. I don't care. And they got my brand new LA hat, threw it away. My other Dodger hat, my Laker hat, they threw it away. And they're like, all right, since you don't want to cooperate with us, we're going to be taking you to Otero County Jail. I said, it's cool. I'm cool with that. Let's go. So I went back into the cell, and this was like around 6 in the morning. About 3:30 in the afternoon, they called me, and they're like, come on, let's go. And I said, all right, let's go. So I grabbed my little blanket I had, right? And they're like, oh, leave that there. So then they gave me my phone, a little piece of paper that had my information on there, right? And as they're walking me outside, I see a big old bus, and I see a transportation bus, and I see a truck, the border patrol truck. And I was like, damn, all right, fuck it, my last day on the streets, whatever. And as soon as I'm walking, they're walking me to the gate, and they're like, the female, she was a corporal, and she was like, you know what? If it was up to me, I'd lock your ass up. You're one lucky motherfucker. And I said, why? What's up, man? She goes, you're lucky. We have so much work. The prosecutor does not want to do nothing. They're just letting you go. And I was like, dude, I'm not from here. Like, it's literally about 7 miles to get to the First Love on Highway 9. Rob, I'm wearing all black. It's 110 degrees. And boom, I turned my phone on and I called my girl. I said, man, babe, come and pick me up. They let me go. What? What the hell? Yeah, I'm on my way. Man, I walked 5 miles in that heat and sun. Oh, man, it was hot. I needed about a mile more to get to that Love's.
I want to inject here real quick. So what happened?
So, I can barely hear you, Robert. I can barely hear you.
You can barely hear me now still? Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Yeah, it's a little, I can barely hear you.
Really? Am I going out? Is it you or me? Hey, everybody out there, is my microphone going out? Let me know, please. Holy crap. I just got the news. Jimbo got denied.
Yeah, mine is too. Hey, we could continue this later tomorrow.
No, you can hear me or no?
I could barely hear you. It's barely going, like it's real light.
Okay.
I checked my part. Mine still says the same.
Hold on, let me see. I can tell right now. Hold on. Go ahead, you talk. Oh no, we can hear each other good over there. The TV.
Huh?
Okay, you can't hear me ask questions, is what you're
I
saying?
can't really hear you. It's real light.
Okay, so here's what I want to say.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get my earpods on.
Okay. Thank you, Pete. Thank you, guys. Rick B, thank you. The truth, thank you. I wanted to say hi, Michael Moremile. I'm so bad with names, guys. I really am. And what I want to say is this: what's happening now at the border? And let me say this. So one of the things that happened was I got a contact call from him not long ago. He was talking about how he turned his life around after this experience. So that was one of the reasons I had him on. Can you hear me now? What about now? You can't. So it's something with you. Okay. All right. Listen, we're done. Cartel shut you down, bro.
Huh?
The cartel shut you down, bro. That's what I said.
Right. I could barely hear you.
Okay, listen.
Part two tomorrow.
Okay, I'll go ahead. You can go off. I'll wrap it. I'm gonna finish it.
All right, take it easy.
Hold on. Listen, one thing. Oh man, that sucks, you guys.
I can't hear you.
One thing. Can you hear me for that right now? Can you hear me?
It's so.
Wah, wah, wah. I wanted you to say what you told me about you being done with crime after that was an eye opener.
I can't hear you, Rob.
I'll talk to you, bro. I'll talk to you later. Right. It's okay. Or I'm gonna call you is what I want to do. I'm gonna call you. I got you. Okay, I'll shut him down. Anyway, you guys, that sucked big time. He contacted me. Actually, what happened was his girl contacted me because she knew I did legal work or used to do legal work. She knew I had a way to contact somebody to find out about what's going on with them, whatever. And what I found out is that a lot like they're doing with drugs, for example. If you get caught in Texas with, let's say, 290 pounds of marijuana, the state's not even taking the case. Okay, they'll let the feds see if the feds want it, or it's like that. So there's so much drug smuggling or human trafficking that they go by kind of like an amount. I'm not saying in every case, but I'm saying that he had 3 or 4 people, and he didn't have enough for them to even bother with the paperwork. And that's true. His girl called me, and I called a couple people I know, and that's what I found out. And that was kind of like, wow. And then when he got out, and I've known him, and you guys heard him talk, the first thing he said was, it was an eye opener, Rob. Like, it was an eye opener what just happened. Like, I'm done. It's not worth it. And really, that's why I wanted him on the show, was like the ending part, to be honest, because I don't want to like glamorize. That's not my goal, to glamorize crime or make it sound like it's Peachy King. What he explained to me and how he explained it to me was like, hey, after he did that, I was like, hey, I think I need you right now, for your message, for my content, because I need content. Well, I've got plenty, but I think it'd be good. We never went over anything we were going to talk about, like nothing whatsoever. So I just said at the last moment, and I changed some things on the title. I said, man, you actually have a lot to talk about, Face. We can do a wide ranging thing here, because we were in prison a long time together. And yeah, so the part that I really wanted the most for this show is how the words he put in when he called me and said that he was done with that. That's where I was really trying to. That was the wrap up, so it didn't really work out. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate your support. God, I can't believe that. I can't believe that just happened, because that, like I said, the most. Did Jimmy Klein to send you a pair of? Hold on, let's see what you guys do here. Rob, did Jimmy? Doug the Thug first. Hey kid, don't be a bitch, dude. 87.6. You asking me? Don't be a bitch, dude. Are you still getting high? No. I mean, if you want to call Suboxone high, you can. I mean, I'm on it. I'm not gonna lie. So I'll put that out there. If you want to say that, I mean, it makes me slower, I'll be honest. And I don't like it anymore. Much love, brother. I hope you keep your head up on recovery. So I'll go ahead and add with this. That's a good, thank you for putting that. What's this guy? Kip239. He's obviously trying to clown me, so this is what I'll say. When I first agreed to go on Suboxone, I was going to meetings. And after I started, the first 3 days, I was effed up being on it. Seriously, like I couldn't drive. Like I got like really like wasted off the stuff, and I didn't expect that. And if you do it right and you do it like every 12 hours or so, or however you're supposed to be, a routine, 8 hours. I mean, at 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock at night. If you do it that way, there's like nothing, no feel. If you don't, then you feel sluggish. And I've been looking at myself even on this camera, and I can tell the difference for real. And I don't really consider. Just maybe it made me think actually. Maybe I was looking at myself earlier. It was making me think about just what you said. So your little clowning question that you're trying to put, actually, there's some real shit there that's making me think deeper about some things. So thank you for that, even though you wanted to clown me. Hey Kip, don't be. Oh, that's what you're saying. Don't be a bitch. Let Kip be the bitch. Whatever. Rob, did Jimmy Klanda send you a pair of his moth-eaten drawers to sniff in the joint while you were lonely without him? Oh, because he sold his clothes. Is that what you're saying? Did he know the 10-7s in the can? I'm not sure. Rob, be careful. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I've got. The truth, I know what you're saying. They're going to hear what you say and get hooked. Wait, truth. Go ahead and answer me on that. Are you talking about the Suboxone issue? No, it's not a good. It's not. I'm not saying it in a good way. So the truth, I just said it makes me sluggish. So when I first did it, so let's stop. Wait, stop. Most people know anything about Suboxone, you can misuse this stuff. And that's doing it in small quantities, right? So you can totally misuse it for so long. So I had a friend named Dusty who hopefully one day will be on here. He's the reason that I even agreed to it, because I was asked to be on it by a court-appointed psychologist before, and I said no. This time when I got out, I wanted something different in my life, so I was like, okay, I'll try anything. The first 3 days, I mean, it just laid me out. It did. And I'm not talking about like, oh wow, a great high. I get speedy when I'm on opiates usually. Okay. And then I didn't feel any buzz off of it, but I can feel myself slow down. That's the truth. But at the same time, I didn't feel like I can go to an AA or NA meeting and say that I am clean. And we're talking about some weeks now, okay? That's the truth. I mean, I'm going to do a show about it probably, but that's the truth about it. And that's it. I'm on subs, no judgment. Okay, Kip. Okay, cool. No, that's cool. I thought you were being snarky, but it's okay. Hey, okay, so he says he wasn't trying to clown me. I take your word for it, bro, and I mean that. Joey, thank you. And no, really, and Kip, I'm not playing. I believe you now. It's cool, even if you weren't. It's cool, but I believe that you were sincere. Suboxone doesn't get me high. Okay, see, this is exactly what I wanted on a show about Suboxone, because I have totally, and also you guys have seen me on and off my glasses before, and I've looked back on shows. Oh my God, jeez, but Suboxone makes I can't read worth a shit. Makes my eyeballs. I guess because it's, I don't know, dilate your eyes or whatever. But I wanted to do a show where people talk about their experiences with it, you know. And I know what happened was I went on the night shift. Okay, meaning I was supposed to start work here a week ago, and it was a night job, is a night job. just reminded me I got to get a letter for probation about that. It is a night job, 5:30 to 4:30 in the morning. And so I've been trying to stay up and keep my body adjusted to that. Well, that screwed up my scheduling with taking my strip 2 a day, right? So then, but I'm all over the place on what time I get up, you know? And also it doesn't, I think if I do it till it doesn't allow me to sleep right, you know, I'm kind of got that floaty shit. But it's not just so you say the truth. I'm not advocating saying that this is a to get on it so you can get high. I did that in prison at times, you know. I cut the strips that I'm getting now. I cut in like 16 pieces. But no, it's I wanted something. I want to be clean. Shit. Anyway, whole different issue. All right, you guys. I'm out of here on that one. Take care.